I totally understand. You desperately want to sell your digital products, but all of the marketing and sales methods out there seem impossible or massively time-consuming. You've probably heard before that you should build your email list in order to sell digital products. But then you go look at the size of your email list and think about how long you've been trying to grow it for, and you just think, ugh, at this rate, I'm gonna be 72 before I actually have an email list size big enough to sell to. And then you remember you're an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur's entire job is to see problems and then find creative solutions around them. Thinking outside the box is basically half of the entrepreneurial job description. So if everyone says, build an email list to sell your digital products, and you think, well, that's never gonna happen, then you start thinking of clever, outside-the-box solutions, like any good entrepreneur does. You consider the following. Maybe social media is the answer. It's a free tool which tons of people use to pitch products and make sales through, so that might have potential. Or even better, affiliates. If someone has already built the perfect audience who would want your product, they could just speak about it for you and do the promo and selling for you. With affiliates, you figure you're cutting the work time of building the audience down to nothing because you're just being savvy, and instead of spending years building an audience, you're immediately getting in front of a perfectly aligned existing audience. Genius. You also consider running ads to get sales. Of course, that comes with a cost, but you need to spend money to make money, right? Not so fast. Let's look at all three sales solutions in depth and evaluate just how good are they for selling digital products. What are the pros and cons of each, and which one is actually worth investing your time and effort into? Public service announcement. I'm hosting a live masterclass in just about a week on how to build an email list of buyers. And if you're watching this video, it's basically tailor-made for you. It's a 90-minute long masterclass, so we're going way more in-depth than I can manage in a single YouTube video. You can click in the link in the description below to get yourself registered. Do note, I only host this specific masterclass once a year, so if you're lucky enough to be watching this before the event, take it as your sign to register. Now back to the video. Let's talk about what social media is good for. 1. Discovery. Finding new audiences and new audiences finding you. If you're smart enough to focus on producing content with whatever the latest feature of a social media platform is, that platform is going to reward you with a lot of new eyeballs. Social platforms are always competing against each other. Instagram Reels was released to directly compete with TikTok. So if you created Reels right when Instagram released it, if you were an early adopter of Reels, you would greatly benefit from Instagram pushing your content out to new people and being discovered and growing as a result. Social media is your very, very top of funnel, as we call it in the marketing world. It's where you get found by new people. It's also possibly the best tool for this next extremely valuable business asset: relationship building. Nothing is better than social for bringing people into snippets of your life and sharing your personality and building the know, like, trust factor with that new audience. So social is great for building a new audience and building a relationship. It must be fabulous for sales too, right? Oddly, not so apparently. Here's what the data says. Social Insider said at the beginning of 2023, Instagram had an average reach of 9.3%. Over the year, however, reach declined, now at 7.6% in 2024. So if you feel like less and less people are seeing your posts, you're not crazy, it is actually happening. Campaign Monitor also found that 4.24% of visitors from email marketing buy something compared to 0.59% of people from social media. Social is incredible for discovery, great for relationship building, but for whatever reason, just not that great for sales. My theory is this: during a sale or a launch, you want a lot of people to go and do one thing at one time, that is, buy. And if your posts are only reaching 7% of your following, your people aren't gonna see the multitude of marketing messages and have the number of touch points that they need to make a buying decision. The problem with social media is a fraction of your posts are actually making it to your people. You don't have a direct connection to them, and as such, social isn't typically where sales actually happen. Okay, so if social isn't the answer for selling your digital products, what about affiliates? They already have an audience which you can basically just borrow during your sales period. The model has already been proven by people who sell digital products. You probably think of a few very successful affiliate programs selling courses and templates, and you may have even heard about how I used an affiliate program to raise my business's revenue by $400,000 last year. This video, which I'll link up here, explains that whole thing, by the way. But there's one big drawback that you need to understand. Quality matters. Kind of like when last year I bought a cheap vacuum, which within 2 months failed to actually vacuum anything up. And then I realized I had skimped on quality and finally ponied up the money for a Dyson, which now works like an absolute charm. Just like there's a difference in vacuum quality, there's also a difference in affiliate quality too. When people ask me to affiliate for products, I have a list of about 15 questions, which I ask them first. And one of those questions is, what was your conversion rate on your last sale? My audience drives an incredible amount of sales for products I affiliate for. One time, my audience actually drove 89% of an entire course launch's sales. And as an experienced affiliate, I want to know if I'm gonna send a ton of traffic to something, is it going to convert? So I don't affiliate for new products or untested items. Again, that's not my only criteria. I look at way more than just that, but a stellar conversion rate is the absolute minimum bar that it needs to pass. Now, of course, I'm not the only potential affiliate out there, and not everyone thinks the same way that I do, but I hope what I look for does tell you something. Experienced affiliates who know how online marketing really works and who produce amazing results, they look to affiliate for proven products which sell well. And if you're a beginner to selling digital products, you're unlikely to be able to get really quality affiliates. You can probably get a few other entrepreneurs who are newer to business, but they tend to take 1, a lot of time to manage because they're inexperienced, and 2, they aren't that great at actually driving traffic to you. So while I do think an affiliate program is an incredibly effective marketing strategy, I would honestly hold off on it until you have a track record which experienced affiliates are going to expect, as otherwise you're probably going to put in a lot of time and energy into a marketing strategy which without the right affiliates is likely not going to produce that great of results. So when you get your product converting well and have a ton of social proof and success stories and have a team to manage the affiliates, that is a really good time to add affiliates. Okay, so after I've just destroyed your social media dreams and your affiliate dreams, sorry, but I do want to share my honest opinions, which while maybe not massively fun to hear right now, I want to stay in integrity and share the truth with you. What about ads? Let's look at the math on that. Now I covered this math in my last video, so I'm gonna run through it very quickly in this video, but do feel free to watch the video from the other day if you want sort of the longer explanation on this. Basically, ads cost on average $8 to $12 per quality lead right now. So to build a 1,000-person email list on that, it would cost you about $8,000 to $12,000. Plus the cost of the actual ads management for 3 months is easily $9,000. So to run ads, you're looking at a cost of $17,000 to $21,000 just to get started with ads. You obviously need to have a fairly high-priced digital product to make an ROI on that ad cost. And again, you're gonna wanna be darn sure that your thing converts well before investing 20 grand to get eyeballs on it. Now, if you have 20 grand and a well-converting product, ads are great. But I realize most beginners don't have that kind of budget, so ads tend to be a non-starter for a lot of people. So if ads and social and affiliates aren't great options, then what the heck are you supposed to do? Remember how we talked about an email list earlier and how building it is time-consuming and difficult, so an outside-the-box thinking entrepreneur looks for other options? The truth is this: the stats don't lie. An email list is the most effective sales tool that we have. 90+% of my revenue comes from my email list, and that's the same for most successful digital product entrepreneurs. Your creative solution to getting sales shouldn't be to pick a less effective strategy like ads or affiliates or social. You should put that creative energy into finding a better list building solution. For 90 minutes, I'm going to explain the complete strategy for list building to sell digital products. I'm hosting a live masterclass called How to Build an Email List of Buyers Without Spending a Second on Social or a Cent on Ads. It's happening at the following date and time, and you are invited. You can click the link in the description below to get yourself registered. Now know, this masterclass is happening live, so if you're lucky enough to be watching this before the event, take it as your sign to stop trying to cut corners and instead invest your time into learning how list building is done properly.